Here we go again. Right back at it. Uh, Hope y'all having a wonderful Saturday. It is beautiful out here in California. Weather is awesome. Not sure what city you're in, what state you're in. But it is beautiful out here today. It's not too hot. It's warming up though. What up, Tammy McCall? Y'all come on in. Tammy, you first in the building. What up, Nacy Jones? Everybody come on in. Nah, Antoinette Davis. I think somebody beat you in. Hey, Leisha. Sonia, I see you. Y'all come on in. Come on in. I was trying to figure out what we're going to talk about today. Hopefully April will join us. She's actually here in the building. What up, Latoya Penn? Greensboro, North Carolina in the building. I should have said that. I should have told people to say what city they're in as they were coming into the feed. Hey, Latricia. Latricia, I like the fact that you said hello, everyone. Because really this is a community. Everybody should be saying hi to everybody. Me and April just hold the account. Jennifer Lambert, what up? What y'all doing today? Who got the grill popping? Hey, Iva. Nicole Richardson. What's happening, Nicole? Hey, Precious from Mississippi. Let's get these numbers up. Melissa, what's happening? Sean Scott Hill. What's good? Tisha from Ohio. What part of Ohio? LaShawn McDuffie. Sean, you ain't got a go-go concert to be at today? What the hell? But what up, though? Damn, another Mississippi in the building. Tammy McCall, you in Inglewood? That's right down the street, Tammy McCall. Hey, Rodney, we just had food. We just had burger and beans and some chips. I had to make sure I fed April or she won't perform at all. What up, cousin Kaz? Matawan, New Jersey in the building. I see you back to basic. Juju Bing, what's good? Y'all come on in. Desiree, what part of Maryland? That's where my folks at. What up, Brad Brooks? Always good to see more brothers checking in. Need more, and what's the word? I just ate now. I'm sleepy. I can't even think of it. I'll come back to it. Rib seasoning in the fridge with some links and sides for tomorrow. Well, y'all going all the way in, huh? Carla Woods, come on in the building. Y'all can throw up some love when y'all come in. We'd love to see them hearts. What up, though? Chelsea Lee from Detroit. The D is in the building. Bobby McKinley, I see you from Denver. Just want to say hello real quick while everybody's loading in. We should be able to get like 1,000 people on the feed with as many people as we have following us. Say, Kaz, where you at? You said you in Tampa till Wednesday? That's a good look. I'm sure the weather down there is beautiful. Loving me some brown sugar. April is in the building. I just don't know where she is. You know what? I'm going to perk up from the itis, though. I'm not going to let that food sit on me too heavy. Is it Dina Thomas? Dina Thomas, yes, you finally caught us live. Dina Thomas, how did you catch us live? If you say you finally caught us live, do you not have your settings, your notifications set so that you get an alert when we go live? What's that about? You need to fix your notifications. What's up, Joy from the Big Apple? North Carolina in the house. What up, Misha? All right, we're starting to get some numbers. Oh, Capitol Heights. Patricia, you in the Capitol Heights? That's where my mom is. Y'all come on in. Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, my God. I can't even think about Phoenix. It's so hot. I just had a friend return from Phoenix. They said it is so freaking hot in Arizona. It's unbelievable. Specifically, Phoenix. Okay, hold on. So what are you talking about? Carl watching today with me. Oh, okay. Yay, man. What up, Carl? Thanks for rocking with us today. Always good, like I said, to have more testosterone was the word I was trying to think of early. And I couldn't think of it. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. Look who we got joining the conversation. Here she is. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? You need a grown ass damn theme song when you join the conversation.
Can y'all see our coaster?
That's our coaster right there.
That's like 22 years ago. I'm kissing him.
There it is. That's better.
Yeah. So somebody took all our pictures.
Our photos and made coasters out of them.
Coasters.
Leaned it in again so I can find it. There it is. Y'all see it? That's the coaster.
I'm always
she all
on
in my
time.
face. Always on me. All right, move it.
All right.
Always on me.
Where's the wine opener? Francis Coppola today?
What you drinking?
Is it a Chardonnay? Yes.
No.
Director's cut.
Hey, Myra Brooks.
Chilled, nice and cold.
It's ready to go. It's ready to go.
I gotta find my wine.
Yeah, the bottle of wine ain't no good if you can't get a wine opener. Yeah, that means it might be a good night for your boy, y'all. She's drinking that wine. All right, so let's wait for April to get back. We don't have to wait for her, but yeah, we gotta have coasters. Messed up this damn coffee table I paid way too much for. Let's say, Rodney, you said I told my wife I wanted my relationship to be like you and your wife's. She didn't what? Okay. She didn't want to be a thought. Hilarious. I'm glad. No, don't bring thought back up. That caused too much heat on this damn thread. People acting like they didn't even know it was a joke. Yeah, the wine ain't no good if you don't have a bottle opener. You can't get it. If you can't get to it. Oh, say again? Nah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. I already been to the store. Let me tell you something. If you wanna drive me nuts, ask me to go back to the store after I just got back. It ain't happening. There you go. She found the bottle opener. Well, it's a wine opener. Okay. Danielle says she newly engaged and so nervous. What you nervous about, Danielle? What's to be nervous about?
I'm here.
Tina, we like you back.
I shouldn't be drinking. I'm trying to lose weight. Let me tell y'all something. I just went to the mall, went in Nordstrom's, tried on some stuff, and couldn't believe that was me in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
They got some trick mirrors in the fitting room. I'm not that big. My legs look like the elephant lady. I was really hurt. Really. I was like, okay, I gotta lose some weight.
Mm-hmm.
I think are those trick mirrors? Somebody please tell me those are
thank you, Valerie. Valerie said your bracelets are fire.
Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought she was talking about mine. She might be. We both got yours on. Oh, Valerie, you talking about mine or April's? Let me tell you something. I saw these bracelets today. Dawn Patrick, we love you back. And you used to dance with your wife when you get married. Where is your oh Lord, April, they already offering us a chance to get some money. I saw these bracelets today and just like, you know what? I like these, right? Because I don't wear gold. I don't wear diamonds. I don't believe in none of that stuff. But Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Pour. Look at April. Look at her smiling, boy. That wine going to glass. That wine going to wine glass.
I mean, I work hard.
Kai said, hey, April.
Hi, guys.
You work hard. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I don't even know. I'm tired. I just want to relax. Don't have Monday off. I still don't understand that. They usually give us 2 days off. I don't get it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's good.
That's good?
Yeah. I like that.
Just what you needed, huh?
Mm-hmm. So, we're here.
I need to sit up.
I'm going to take a nap. I'm having a cocktail it's about, what time, babe? 6.
I'm sorry. I got to get the camera together for y'all. There it go.
7:12. Yes, it's cocktail time.
Yeah.
I'm about to take a nap after this. We're going to watch Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
We're going to watch.
Something.
Has anybody watched the Diddy documentary, Can't Stop, Won't Stop? Anybody? And what did you think if you watched it?
And then you want me to watch the minimal?
I want you to watch Minimalism on Netflix.
Minimalism. Okay. I got to watch that.
Yeah.
Then I got to watch Power. Then I got to watch Queen
Queen Sugar. I want to start
Queen
watching
Sugar.
Queen Sugar as well.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that was Ava's show.
Well, how could you forget?
I don't know.
Yeah, I got to catch up on a lot of things.
Christina
I
asked,
got my
what
nails
show
done
is
today.
April working on now?
A show for
Showtime
called White Famous with Jay Farrow. It's pretty funny. And Utkarsh. Utkarsh is I believe he's Indian comedian. He is hilarious. Like the two of them together, it is really, really funny. I think they're going to do well.
Okay.
So I'm finishing up that, and then I have something else I'm going to roll into. So it's all good. Keeps me busy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll let y'all know when it comes on. But Ballers should be coming on.
Oh, Latoya Stigger said Diddy thumbs down. All right.
Okay, I'm
Thumbs
not
down
wasting
on
my
that?
Time.
But Queen Sugar, definitely yes.
Oh, yeah,
everybody's
it's it.
saying Queen
Yeah.
Sugar is it. Yep. Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah.
Power, yes.
Power. I believe Ballers comes
What up, Cousin
on
Clarence?
July 23rd, I believe. You're going to love that. The 10 episodes, amazing. Really, really funny. Did that. Dear White People, you guys already saw. So I'm working on this one. And, it'll be good.
Power and Queen Sugar. Everybody's
Power.
basically.
I know. I want my powers to rack up. Like, I don't want to. I'm not going to start yet. You know why?
Tanya Nash, we love you back.
I want to watch them all at once. Is it just 10 episodes? I think it's just 10. I need all my 10 together. Like,
Prelly Prel, she's asking who plays piano. I am an accomplished pianist.
Don't listen to him. The kids used to take lessons. Royale took lessons. And now it seems like the grandbaby, he loves the piano. So I'll start him with some lessons pretty soon. Got to find our piano teacher moved out of state. So that was the hiccup. Once you find somebody you like, you jive with, you trust them around your kids and all of that, you go through all that vetting and then they leave. So now I got to go through it all over again because nobody can just come in my house and train, teach or do anything with my children without, some type of record. And he was referred to us too.
He was a good referral.
Very good. And now he's gone. So the good ones always go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sandra, the Empress Alonzo, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, so what's that? Hi from Cali. Hi. Ooh, you want a sip?
Of wine?
He act like wine is kryptonite. He's like, I cannot drink wine.
What's up, Dre Bennett? Welcome to the conversation. So we talked a little bit yesterday about the video that was on with the young lady being abused. And I don't want to full on have that conversation. I know, that's what I'm saying.
I don't even know what y'all were talking
I
about.
don't want to full on get into that conversation again. But one of the things that I do want to talk about is the fact that I read all of the comments. I responded to people. I returned all of the inbox messages. And from what I gather, my takeaway is that so many women are vulnerable and find themselves in the situation where they can be abused like that and come back to the relationship because they have low self-esteem, right?
Yeah.
And they're in situations where they feel like, especially if they have, if children are involved in the relationship, where they feel like they don't want to break up the family. And so they're scared and they're vulnerable. Hey, Betty Banks. And they feel like they have no way out. One of the things that I read on is that when women go to the police, like the protective services through police systems and all of that stuff is not very, very strong. So these guys end up getting right back out and going right back to a home setting where these women just don't have the resources to be able to get out and find shelter and the support that they need in order to get away from these abusers.
Right. Sometimes you got to be really drastic and flee for your life. Like you really need to get away. And there are secret shelters for women,
Yeah, but if somebody's living in the same town that you live in, how far can you flee? If you've got a job that you're working at and they know that you and you need to make a living and you got to go to their job. And so again, it's the situation we find ourselves where who's the guy that went up to the school, and
Oh, yeah.
killed his wife? It's
Yeah.
like she had to go to her job. That's how she
Yeah,
makes a
there's
living.
nothing. Then what we're saying is you can leave that situation, but you may never be safe.
Right.
Because, you leave someone or you separate or you get divorced and you think that's it, but you never know when someone's going to snap. And, it's unfortunate. Like, they could have never thought this man was going to come up to the school. She probably didn't even think it was that bad. You know what I mean? For someone to snap. I don't know what to say, because you can leave. And like I said, that's why I says try something drastic by just fleeing and running for your life, because you have to know that the other side of that is the person really hurting you, so you can't take it lightly is what I'm saying. But when you have a great job in a city and you can't move, you don't have the means to relocate, it becomes tough. So you stay and possibly get hurt. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
because how much can you really govern a person? You can, you can't lock somebody up. Well, if they hit you, of course, but for a threat, you go to the police station. He's threatening me. What can they really do at that point? They can't lock that person up. They can put him on a watch, but
the other thing that I read, which seems to be a common thought, is that these women feel like they can change. The person will change.
Absolutely. I agree with that. They do think that. And I got to see a little bit of the video. I pressed it at work. I started watching it. It was horrible. I could tell that wasn't his first time. So she's gone through that before, just in the privacy of their home or wherever they are. That wasn't his first time. And she's pregnant and she's still there. And I heard you said he got locked up for 8 years or whatever.
Yeah, I think he got
She'll be the first one to go visit him. Like, it's
vicious cycle.
It's horrible. And she's hoping that he will change. You know what I mean? We always want the best in someone. We want their good to come out. But you can't.
So Lynette said no one. What was your comment, Lynette? You said no one can change no one. But you have people that are willing to change for someone. If you love someone enough and you know that you're going to lose that person because of whatever, your behavior, people change. People change for love. You change for something.
But you need I don't want to say an incentive, but if the other person continually stays with you and I don't want to say condones, but stays in that abusive relationship, what's the incentive to change? You know what I mean? Like, you have to break away and be good with that and just know you may never go back to that person. They have to prove something. You can't stay and time after time that happens and just hope today's the last day, because it may not be.
Danielle, you said the situation in Mississippi. Was this the one that we just watched the video of, Danielle?
That was Mississippi?
I don't know. I'm asking because she said the situation that happened in Mississippi was her family. And she said they never saw that in the guy. But Danielle, if that is in fact your family, let me know whether that was that video that you're speaking of or a different situation.
I could believe it was Mississippi.
So I don't want to stay on this for the entire conversation, but I do know that women have to want more for themselves, to see themselves as worthy of more than being in an abusive relationship. Yeah, I'm starting to see this too, Robin. I agree. It seems like more men are killing or abusing their partners, like at a rate that's just unacceptable. Certainly is higher than I've ever been aware of it. Yeah, Wendy, that was one of the things that I said is like sometimes they just feel stuck because, we get into these relationships and marriages and we start pooling resources and then, men become the caretakers and women become the homemakers and they feel stuck. It's like they don't have a job or the job that they have doesn't pay enough for them to be able to take care of themselves and the children, if there are children involved. And so they start looking at this person as the person that's supposed to provide a means for them and don't trust that the universe will take care of them if they just give themselves permission to break away from this abusive situation.
Yeah. That's
Okay. Everyone wants to admit that girls thinks that how the guy shows love by hitting them and killing is not higher, but the used to see more as well as social media. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, Christine. But that's not love. Christina, I'm sorry, your husband's comment. But that abuse is not love. I don't care what nobody says.
a lot of these young ladies don't know what love is, and they're willing to deal with it just to have a man. And that's
Wow, that's
sad.
crazy. Yeah.
It is. It's insane. Can you do that?
Well, I think this number has to be. We're
You
not.
just trying.
All right, hold on real
You-
quick.
You hadn't did it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, we'll be right back in 15 seconds. Stand by. Hold on. Pick up this conversation real quick. But I'll figure it out. All right, and we're back. No, it's not love, but that's what they believe. It's them showing them love. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird, but that just speaks to the fact that we have to do a better job of raising these kids and showing them what love looks like as parents, so that they're not out there looking for the wrong versions of it.
What's going on in these young men's life that they think that they need to abuse women? Like, what are they
abusive?
doing?
Hold on. So abusive is definitively right, not love. Marley, I agree. She said, "I've been there, and thank God I survived it and was smart enough to get out before it was too late." There you go. Again, okay, so now we're starting to get somewhere. This is going to get all the way into it. So men and you and April making the same point is like, there are no, in these homes, there are no strong male role models. There are no father figures teaching these young men how to be men and what manhood really looks like, right? And so how do we fix this then? How do we reverse the cycle of building families and homes where
villages?
Yeah.
Because there might not be a 2-parent household, so people from the outside, church, teachers, neighbors, have to pull these kids by their coattail.
Hold on, I gotta read Latoya's comment.
And
she said,
actually jump in and assist.
Okay.
Mentors. We need men out. What?
She said, I think part of it is that men are absent in the household, so the first man that comes their way, they just accept him regardless, just to fill the void of not having a man in their life. Okay. Which I think is a good point. It's like everybody's so quick to want to have somebody laying next to them,
right,
without taking the time to really vet these men out to see who they are at the core of their character.
Right. But even further, I know these children are raising themselves, so I was saying that there needs to be mentors. There needs to be, it may not be your child, but if you see a child acting out, you should be able to just kind of pull that kid to the side and help them out. There needs to be more accountability in these so-called villages. Like, we need, if I was bad back in the day in Brooklyn and my neighbor saw it, she was ringing my ear and taking me to my mom and telling my mom, okay, this is what she did. Like, nobody's watching the children. Okay, they may not be in a 2-parent household, or mom may be doing something, but people have to open their eyes and stop, just saying, oh, it's not my kid, or it's not my business, or whatever. But we have to become more aware and jump in and really help out when you see it. If it's in front of your face, I think you have an obligation to assist or jump in. You should want to. I know I would.
Yeah, it's interesting because Andrea said, Andy Ray said, children are watching children. So you have these kids that are growing up in environments where they certainly don't have 2 parents in the home, and then the one parent that they have, which is typically a mom, is out either in the streets running, trying to chase something, and leaving these kids to raise kids. They latchkey.
You know what? It is. I have a few in my family. I can't tell a lie. And it is, they are 3,000 miles away from me. And I just pray for them kids every day because it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I feel like I need to go check in on them because it is really bad. It's just that it is the oldest one, which is 13 or 14, raising the rest
Right,
of the
right.
siblings.
Raising 3 or 4 siblings.
6.
Oh, that's crazy.
So it's bad. So I get it, and I'm just praying that there's no abuse. I don't think she hits them or but my fear is the people that are around these kids. You know what I mean? I don't know what company she keeps or whatever, and that's my biggest fear there. But I don't know. Something has to give. I don't have all the answers. We're just talking it out. I feel for these children. There needs to be some accountability and somebody watching them because they're raising themselves and they really don't know right from wrong. And I would think that some of the young men, some of that hitting and being mean to people just comes from the hurt and the what are they feeling? They're feeling abandoned, you know what I mean? And they lash out.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes out in so many different ways as you get older. They're probably not even aware of it, but I can't even imagine being a child growing up and nobody watching over you.
Yeah.
Nobody saying right, yes or no, or everything is, hey, I guess I can do it.
Just
Nobody
trying to learn,
no.
just because out there on your own with no sense of guidance.
Kids need that,
right, right.
So I can't imagine. I really can't.
Well, the other point that people are making now is that we talk about a village raising a child. Nowadays, people don't want you to discipline their child. You know what I mean? You say something and they go off. But that's these young kids that are hotheads that, are defensive because they don't have the structure themselves. And so they're just defending what they don't have. And they're upset.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you may not know, but we're gonna have to something is going to have to give because we have a whole bunch of kids that are just out in the street, with no direction and falling into systems that become destructive for our communities.
Right.
And then when they become destructive for the community, then the political system, just takes over, rounds them all up, mass incarceration, and they become, new slaves.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is though. Starts in the household. It has to, Little girls need to be taught how to be women, and men need to be taught how to be. Young men need to be taught how to grow up into a man.
Yeah,
and it's not there, so. These millennials and it's just a vicious cycle.
Hey, Carlisha, you have our prayers and condolences. She just said she just buried her 20-year-old son due to somebody else not raising their 18-year-old right.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Hey, Shantae. Yeah, it really is a vicious cycle. That sounds cliche.
I know.
But it cannot be more true. It's certainly in this, in our community. And, they don't care. And so we have to care. We have to care 10 times more.
Cities are really rough because I'm thinking about when I go back home, and I hate to say this, but I don't want to go into Newark, into some of these neighborhoods and gather up some kids and talk to them. Because I'll be, their mentality is totally different. Newark is rough, and they're inside watching other thugs, and this is all they know. So who's going to be able to penetrate that system right there? That is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one of thousands of inner cities. And I'm only saying that one because I'm close, that's where I grew up. And I know that I don't even like going to some parts of, Brooklyn or Newark or whatever. It's rough, but that's where we need to go.
Mm-hmm,
that's where the kids need the most help.
Right.
But you fearing for your life.
Yeah.
They don't know you.
It's a risk. Yeah. You risk your life going there trying to turn things around.
They actually need it and probably would be receptive to it. But how do you break that? How do you break that barrier? How do you get in there?
Oh, so
Whew, I don't
Kalisha was
know.
saying not just the inner city. She sent their son, I think, to a small town in Alabama. I think she said, yeah, in Alabama. So it's not just the inner city.
Yeah,
All of these cities,
cities. Right.
yeah, all of these, the
I get
cities
it.
and the suburbs. Because
Right.
again, with gentrification going on, you got a bunch of these inner city kids now being dispersed and pushed outside of the comfort zones the nest that they grew up in, the places that they knew. They're being pushed to the outskirts and now trying to find their way and navigate. And now they have no sense of bearing, and the only thing they know is react aggressively to anything that
Right.
that
The
disrupts them.
survival of the
Yeah,
fittest.
absolutely.
It's like they trying to survive. I get it. I don't have the answers. I don't know. But I know it's an epidemic, and I know that is, something
Well,
that needs to be
we could
addressed.
say we don't know, but one thing that we do know is that we have to get back to rebuilding strong family structures. We have to get back to rebuilding or building two-parent household with two people who come together in love, who have a sincere desire, if they decide to raise children, to build those children up with love, with courage, and a strong sense of self-worth, and understanding about
That's a lot of work.
how
It's
I
a
mean,
lot.
we do it every day.
I know we do it every day, but they don't see it. Every time there's a great TV show that shows love or whatever, it gets canceled. You know why? Because they do want to see love and hip hop. All of that shit sells. So you don't see.
So turn the TV off. They don't have to watch that. We don't have to be consumed.
That's true, but I'm just saying. You turn the TV off, then what do they have? They need something. At least we did have the Huxtables. We had loving shows. There were just something we could. I know growing up watching the Cosbys, I was like, oh my God, I want that. I said that and I did that because I saw it was possible. I didn't have it in my household, but that's what I wanted because it was amazing to see it. We do have Blackish. Please let that stay on. But it's not enough. It's not enough. But we got tons of reality shows with people with more money than they need. And it's like, then these kids are like, what can I do to get there? Well, I'm going to show my body. I'm going to become a thought. I'm going to be on TV. I'm a blog. I'm going to take my clothes off. And, that's all they have.
But here's the thing, right? Television is just a form of entertainment, right? People don't have to watch TV.
You don't have to. My point is, they are watching TV, and what they're watching is reality.
But
TV.
Do you think these kids are watching TV, or you think the parents are watching TV?
I think the kids are.
Really?
Probably the parents too. The parents are young. You're talking about 20 to 30-year-olds having kids, really early. You got 35-year-olds with 10 and 15-year-old kids because they're getting pregnant at 15. They're getting pregnant at 12. So they're 20, early 30s with kids damn near half their age, 15, 16. What do you think a 30-year-old's watching? She's watching Basketball Wives. She's watching all of that.
Yeah, they're watching the program together.
My friends, we watch it for just entertainment. We're not emulating these people. We don't want to be. We understand the difference. We are running our household and, just watching TV for entertainment. We're not trying to be that. But when you're 15, 16 and you're in the ghetto and you're watching these girls that getting these lips done and butts and, running after basketball players, I guess that's how I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go do the same damn thing. They don't have a lawyer or a doctor on TV that they can watch and look at, oh, she made it because she did this, or they made it because they just worked hard. It's the fast money. That's all they know. Cardi B, she got 8 million people following her. I don't even know she know her ABCs, and that's terrible. She's a sweet young lady. I get it. But
what makes her sweet?
She said, I don't think that she is vicious, meaning she's not like talking about people. When I do watch her, what she's saying is, I'm trying to get my family out the ghetto. That's what she said. So by any means necessary. So I believe she worked in a strip club, and this is all
I'm
they
pretty
know.
sure she worked in a strip club.
They got body. They gonna work. Now she's on TV. She's got a record deal, and then what the next girl in the Bronx or wherever saying, I look just as good as her. My body is just as good as her. I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Then what do you have? A bunch
But
of
it
girls
sounds
trying
like,
to be.
but I don't understand your point of your position on Cardi B, because it sounds like you're giving her a pass.
I'm not giving her a pass.
Okay.
I'm just saying she's young. She probably, I'm quite sure she watched a couple of seasons and figured it out. And I don't know how they found her, but by any means necessary. And this, I'm just saying, this is what they're watching and emulating and wanting to be. And she just happened to get chosen. And here we go. And then the next little girl, the next little, is going to be the same way. Because they don't have the TV that we have. TV is totally different. Whether you're watching in your house or watching on your
Kimberly
phone.
Gasson makes a comment. She said April is respecting her hustle. Are you saying you respect her hustle?
Well, I mean, she's a businesswoman. I'm not going to take that from her. She's doing whatever she has to do. I can't take that from her. So, yeah, I do respect it. But is it for every little girl? No.
I don't think it's for any little girl.
No.
I think what she represents absolutely needs to go away.
Well, that's the Amber Roses. That's the
it's
a gang of them.
All of that. The Kardashians, all of that garbage needs to go away. And we need to get back to...
It's like the norm now. It's so hard to fight against it because it's the norm. To go back and ask execs to put on a Little House on the Prairie or whatever the show was about families, just the pure stuff, they'd be like, no, thank you. This is selling.
But hold on. But you're saying asking the execs, but to suggest that means we're handing over, right, the future of our communities to somebody who programs.
I'm not saying that, babe. I'm just saying they're not interested in buying anything with quality. That's the way I look at it.
Okay. But I'm saying from a community building perspective, we don't have to watch that program. We don't have to watch none of those programs. So we need to, if necessary, have a movement where we tell our children and our communities, turn the garbage off. It's just noise.
Right, but you need something to replace it with. Are you replacing it with more boys and girls clubs? Are you taking a bus of men into communities and mentoring them? You turn that off, then they're only going to find something else. So something has to replace it. They need something. I'm not saying that's the best thing. What's going to replace it? They turn everything off. What do they have to look forward to? Somebody has to lead them. They're only going to learn by looking at or, seeing an example of something that's pure and good or even worthy of fighting for.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they can turn it off. And then what?
And then go outside and play. Go outside or read a book.
Know what that is.
I know, that's sad. We've lost that. We have a whole generation of kids that don't know what it means to go outside and play.
Never been to the library. Never been out of this
exactly.
City. I mean, it's so much. It's a lot of work to be done. I know people in Newark that's never been out of Newark. I know people in Elizabeth that have never been out of Elizabeth. Like, what? Where are they going? Where are they getting the money? Where are they going? And that's what they say. Where am I going to go? In New York, okay, once I get to New York, where am I going to go? They have nowhere to go. That's all they know is that neighborhood. So if they're not going to school, so that means what little field trips there are, they're not going on any of them. They're not going to the zoo. They're not going to the libraries. They're not going to the museums. They're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They just not going to school. They just sitting on the block doing absolutely nothing. It's depressing. It's really depressing.
Something's going to have to give, and quick.
It's got to be a better way. And one person can make a difference, I don't know who that person's going to be. It could be me. I don't know. I just feel like it's so much bigger than me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. We say go outside, and now everybody's making the comment that it's not safe to go outside. To go outside now means you're putting their life at risk. Certainly.
I don't
in
know.
some of these inner cities like Chicago and Detroit and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is no more go outside to play.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Parents need to want it for themselves and for their children.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get that message to these young ladies having these babies by these drug dealers and these thugs that look great and they out there slinging dope and
Hey, Shatima.
making this fast money. Fast money means paying your rent, so having something to eat, but it comes with a cost. You have to, you know, again, it starts with those babies. It starts with the children having kids. They have to know there's more to life than that. I don't know how we get that message across to them. The ones that are in schools, then we need to be going to these schools and mobilizing and having great people come speak to them. And, you know, if you could save one, that's a blessing. If you could save more than that, then you're on to something. That's the way I feel.
So Watson said, April, I don't think we can get through to them. There has to be a movement.
No, absolutely.
There has to be a movement within Black communities to take communities back. There has to be a movement in Black communities to take communities back. There is no reason in the world why people shouldn't be able to go outside to a playground with their children. When I was growing up, people took their children as a family to the playground, and parents and older siblings watched over the kids while they played. You could trust that you could send your kids to the playground. You know what I mean? That just doesn't seem like it doesn't exist anymore. Or kids go to the playground by themselves, something rings out, and then somebody gets shot and killed. Right? That's, to me, that's a tragedy. That's a national tragedy.
It is. I don't know what to say. All I know is I've been to Harlem, I've been to Newark, and some of them kids are scary as hell.
Yeah.
They are scary.
Right, but why are these kids so damn scary? What are they seeing?
They don't have any home training.
They have no direction.
And they will punch you in the face. I promise you. You can see the look in their eye. They got nothing to lose. When you're talking to people that have nothing to lose, that is a scary thing. Because their thing is the knockout game. You know, they just have all this energy and they're not loved and they're hurting and they're full of hate. And the game is, they'll knock you out. And so you have to tread lightly when you talk to them. I promise you. They don't care about you. I've seen it. I've seen them punch regular people just out and laugh and joke. So, yes, we need to mobilize and go in these communities, but it is not as easy as it sounds, especially when you have nothing to live for. You go home, your mama on crack, you don't know where your father is, you don't have no food in the refrigerator, you barely got clothes on your back, and all you got is another 5 or 6 thugs like you trying to get their meal. They don't have it. They haven't been taught love. They don't even know. And it's hard. And it's scary. I would love to do it, but it's like, I wouldn't know where to begin. It has to be a movement. Period. Has to be everybody in every state doing the same thing. Dipping in, reaching one kid and praying that they get it, and maybe grabbing another one until you can get in there and get to more kids. It just has to be, if you can get to one, that should be the goal. If you can get to one and save one child, that's a goal. I'd have them all here in my house.
Yeah, that's so listen. I think a couple of
come on, everybody.
Yeah, I think a couple of people making some great points. So, Carlisha, you'll point out forefathers marched on Selma, the Edmund Pettus Bridge, marched on every bridge in our town, to get heard. United we stand, divided we are falling like hell. I agree. So, Perline, no jobs or programs out here for our kids, to keep them busy, and that's a good point. When I was growing up in D.C., the mayor that got caught smoking crack, Marion Barry, you could say what you want about him, but he started a summer jobs program so that in the summer when kids were out of school, If you were 16 years or older, you had a job opportunity so you can go to work and make some money so you didn't have to be out on the streets chasing, that which was going to get you in trouble.
What was it called? The Job Corps? No.
No. It was just called the Summer Youth Program.
Okay.
Summer Youth Program. Marion Barry made sure that he knew that. He was ahead of his time. He knew that during the summer there was a spike in crime because kids did not have anything to keep them away from, exactly.
Right.
So he's like, the way we're going to fix this is we're going to come up with some jobs and some training programs so these kids have something to occupy their time and stimulate them.
Right.
Because when you don't have that, then you have an idle mind that's wandering. So we have to get back to that, right? But getting back to that requires that we have politicians in a political system that sees us as worthy or not worthy, but needing that. Oh, yeah, I guess we could say worthy of it. And when we don't exercise our political voice, to the extent that it services our community, then this is what we end up with: no services and no support. Hello? That's pretty simple. You got a president that obviously does not care about the inner city. They're taking healthcare away from 18 to 24 million people. They're trying to. So what makes you think they're going to care enough about people of color and us to be able to say, we're going to take care of your children by providing the money necessary, approving a budget? You can approve tax cuts for the rich, but you can't approve a budget to make sure kids in the inner city have a job. There's all kinds of stuff you can get these kids to do work-wise. I don't care if it's picking up trash on the side of the road. If you pay them kids $12 an hour, guess what? They're going to show up. That's real money. Kids want to work, but you have to give them something. You have to make them feel proud of being a part of something.
Maybe we start in D.C. and I saw those I think there were 3 young men trying to sell water out by the African American Museum.
Yeah.
Hustling water. They didn't have permits or whatever.
They're shooing them away.
Not shooting, they put them on the ground, handcuffed them like they were thieves.
Well, they were doing the same thing. Remember, we went to the concert here in L.A.? Went to the concert, and the kids were selling hot dogs, or not kids, grown Mexicans, Latinos, selling food after the concert. And they don't have permits, but they trying to make a living. I'm sorry, I was with Rick. We went to the basketball game. But they're trying to sell food. No, they're scurrying them off. And the sad part is that it was other Latino police officers. So they're in the cruiser, using the cruiser to speed up on, other Latinos who are trying to sell food and skewing them off. It's just so unnecessary. These people trying to make a living. They have to feed themselves and their families.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, Shanice, I hear you. Like she said, you don't always need a program. It starts at home, but you do need structure. And so when we say a program, you need a structure, something that you can take wide to be able to bring more people in, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about saving other people's kids, not just our own. Fortunately for me and April, we already started a program in our house, and the program works, right? But we only have 3 young men here. What about the 3,000 other young men out there that need to be reached?
Yeah. It's a tough one. It is a tough.
So Lee Harris says they are not. It would interrupt that privatized prison business ran by whom exactly, right? So you interrupt their money when you start building programs that reach these kids and have them do what's right, right? Each one of them kids they see as a slave and an opportunity to make money for them.
Well, this is what I think. I think that we've lost our sense of pride. Like, we have to remember we are kings and queens. These young kids don't even understand that. Maybe we just start a campaign uplifting. I think when you feel good about yourself, you might want to do better by yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So maybe we start small and just when you see a young kid, maybe, what's up, my queen, or what's up, my king? Do you know how great you are? I mean, words really do matter. Maybe it's just as simple as that, because, I mean, I just see the vision in my head and I'm only saying when I go back east because I don't go to Compton or wherever the inner city is in California.
L.A., Compton,
I don't know that.
Inglewood.
I don't go there because I don't know it. But when I go home, I'm from the East Coast. I know those inner cities, and because I have friends or whatever, that's where I go. So I see the kids in my mind. I know what they look like. I know the streets that I'm thinking about where I see them just running wild. It's going to take a lot of work.
Sure.
It's going to take a lot of work.
Absolutely. But the question is it worth it? And the answer is, yeah, I'm with you.
Absolutely. They act like, and I hate to say it, like wild banshees.
They act like animals.
They do. The boys are running with their because their pants are falling down. They don't have belts. I've seen them with their drawers. They just running, laughing, throwing water on girls, and they screaming, and their hair look a mess. It's like, what? Like, it makes my heart
Elizabeth Perez, you're absolutely right. We have to be in this together. But that's why I said it's going to take a national movement. Just like when something happens in Chicago and the president talks about, because there's so many. Listen, let me tell you what's deep. So, this idiot that's in the White House said there's so many killers in Chicago that he wants to mobilize the National Guard, right, as a force to go into Chicago, right? So if you have the awareness that there's so many killings in the city that you can mobilize such a force, then how come you can't mobilize other campaigns to be able to go and reach these kids without, sending in an aggressive force? How can't send in an army of people filled with love and an army of people filled with resources, financial and otherwise, to be able to give these kids an alternative to being out in these streets, being displaced and so forth and pushed around? So that becomes my question. And to the point that somebody made about this prison industrial system, it only reinforces that which we already know, which is that that's the only thing they see as an option, is locking these kids up. So, again, if we're not putting pressure on the political system to give us the resources that we need, or hold on, let me stop for a second. If we're not, hold on, I got to sit up because if we're not taking steps ourselves, right? We're so busy buying these kids Jordan sneakers and sacrificing so much money on all of these things. That money as a resource could be going into building programs. Like I started watching this documentary on the Black Panthers the other day. And I'm really, 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 starting to do what I can to research programs, processes, and system structures and otherwise that can become the answer for some of these issues that we're having. And, people try to discredit the Black Panther Party. And obviously we have a government that needed to dismantle the Black Panthers because it represented a threat to them, right? An organized Black community represented a threat to our government back then. And so they dismantled it. They destroyed the Black Panther Party. So we have to be able to go and look at what they were doing at the time, because some of those things that they were doing absolutely made sense. The WIC program, making sure that children had food. Yeah. Women, infants, and children had food, making sure they had programs to feed these kids in the morning.
Huge contribution. Do you know how many people are on WIC?
Yeah, but again, they were funding it themselves.
Wow.
They weren't looking to the government to give them a handout. So, who's willing to sacrifice in our community, not buying a pair of shoes, not going to a concert, just to say, all right, I'm going to donate $100 to this program. I'm going to donate $10 to this program so that we can start trying to figure out how to save these children in the inner city. Alan Lincoln, I could not agree more. The Black Panthers did more than the damn government in these communities, because the government didn't give a damn and still doesn't give a damn. So what are we going to do to save ourselves? It's got to be a national movement. April Coleman, I don't believe in it's this. This is bigger than putting pressure on these mega churches. These churches ain't interested in helping. I was going to say y'all, but then I'm gonna start getting into some stuff that's really real, and I don't even feel like having that conversation right now. Y'all run to these churches so fast, you get dressed up and go be a part of this church and to have something to brag about. You know, these churches, it's a whole other issue, but I'm not going to open that can of worms right now. It ain't about the church. It's about the community. It's about y'all in these communities. You know, these pastors flying private and driving these Rolls Royce rates ain't thinking about driving through won't even drive down your block, but we'll have a system in place so we can get your money on Sunday. Right? So, again, let's move on from that because I have some very, very strong feelings about that. Church using y'all with no resource given back. All right. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Y'all stand by. That's if they will let us take a break. We'll see. And we're back. So it's a line down my screen. Can you see it? I dropped my phone earlier.
You did?
Oh my God.
Did
There's
you
nothing worse.
crack it?
And do you see that line right there? That hairline fracture?
You cracked your phone.
Is that what it is? That's a crack?
Let me see.
Don't move your hand. You got it. You're covered.
Something happened. No, I wanted to see if I could feel it.
No, it's not
You did something.
You coming from the Apple store and now I got to
Just got a new phone today. Let me tell you, if you need a new phone or anything happens to your phone, don't take it to Sprint. That's if you have Sprint. Just go on to the Apple store. They will make your life so much easier. Cracked screen costs $149. New phone costs $149. What do you think I did? I got the new phone. I said, you could take this piece of crap and give me the new phone.
Hey,
just
fair.
like that. I went to Sprint. They humming and heeing and trying to get me to upgrade and do this and what is it, Assyrian, I think that's the insurance company, said don't send the phone back, try and get it repaired. Twice the Sprint. They have no clue. I said, let me make an appointment at the Genius Bar. You go there, boom. I walked out of there an hour later only because I was letting everything upload while I had the Wi-Fi. I didn't want to walk away and it not work. Easy as pie. Do not go to Sprint. Go to the Apple store. They have a lot more answers. And they're better equipped than those
Sprint ain't nothing but a
in
middleman. Yeah, Sprint ain't nothing but a middleman.
No clue. Wasted 2 days. I'm like, this is all I had to do. Only problem with Apple is you have to be organized. You got to make an appointment. Don't try and roll up an Apple without an appointment. They're like, yeah, we're going to need you to make an appointment or you can wait 2 hours. So just make the appointment and go in there and get it done. So you might have to do the same thing with that hairline fracture.
I know. It's crazy.
Terrible.
Menon, I hate Sprint too, but we only have so many choices.
For 15 years, we got 5 people, and we only pay like $2.99. I can't do that with Verizon. Cannot do that with AT&T. We have the best plan. Everything is unlimited. Everything. And we're grandfathered in because we've had it so long. So yeah, it's not the best carrier service. I would choose Verizon if I had an option. But for 5 people, we'd be paying almost $500 and nobody got time for that. So that's why we stay. Other than their service, their technical service, like if something's wrong with the phone, that's where they suck. As far as connectivity and, drop calls, we don't have any problems. There's no problems there. It's just when you're trying to get an answer and there's a tech question and your phone not acting right, they don't have any answers. Just go ahead and go to Apple.
Yeah. Yep. It's a matter that's a question of service versus equipment, and Apple is the equipment place. They make the equipment.
Just go to Apple. I'm telling you, save yourself some stress. I'm telling you, because they don't know what they're doing. You go to Sprint if you want to change your plan. Whatever. I wouldn't even upgrade my phone there. Do everything at Apple, especially if you have an iPhone. Just go ahead to Apple.
Yeah.
Got a new phone and I am ecstatic. I didn't upgrade. I got the same phone, same memory. Did everything in the cloud. My phone is back in less than an hour. Oh my God, it's so annoying.
Yeah, Farrah, we're about to wrap it up. We've been on for close to an hour.
Yep.
So we're about to wrap it up. I got to get back to work. April, I think, is going to take a nap.
No, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, really? Maybe we should go watch a documentary then.
Well, it's too early. I don't want to watch TV right now.
It's too early for TV?
Yes, I don't want to watch TV.
Because you trained yourself to watch at a certain time when you come home. Hey, Kelly. Let's see. Kelly, is it Diaz or Dias? Kelly says she is new. And she said, hey, Royal April, I'm new to the family. Love you guys. We love you back.
Kelly.
We love you back.
Thank you for joining.
I know Christina said the conversation got a little too deep. Facebook decided to get us out. This is the perfect example of what we try to unite as one, and they come between. Yeah, I don't know. It could be Facebook. I don't know.
What that mean?
Meaning the conversation got too deep. What we was talking about in Facebook is screwing us up with some freezing some other things.
No.
Janine Thomas, you are late. We actually earlier said, where's Janine? Everybody was looking for you. So I don't know what that's about. Yeah, it was a good discussion tonight. Farrah, I'm sorry you missed it. It was
heavy,
good. It was
it was
a little heavy, but sometimes you got to go there.
I know it's heavy. One, subject matter. Two, I just feel guilty because I have no answers. I feel like if I talk about it, I should be able to be about it. And I don't know what the resolve is. The resolve is bigger than me. But I think about the people that have done great things. They were just a single person. So I need to stop thinking that I can't make a difference, because I can. I just need to figure out what avenue I'm going to take and just do whatever I can do as a single person. And if everybody did one thing as a single person, we'd be a force, right?
Yeah.
It'd be millions of people, all colors, coming together for the betterment of the human race, figuring it out. So one person can make a difference. And I promise you I will do my part at some point. I am going to figure it out. If I go to the school and just talk to young ladies or talk to kids, or, if I see somebody doing something, I don't know. I will figure it out. So I challenge everybody to do one thing. Mm-hmm. What's your one thing?
Right. Well, maybe we can have another conversation at some point, just so that we can get ideas from everybody here about where to start. Like what even if it's a digital program to start, you know what I mean? How we can share information on coming up with a digital strategy for being able to launch something that we all can come back to and grow. Because the other thing is that we started the conversation the other night about a support group for women.
You leaving?
A support group for women. And I believe, that's something that's possible. So, oh, no, there's no question about it, Anita Hall. We're all out here searching for answers. And I agree with you. We can make it work. If we just show up and continue having the conversations, we can figure it out. I'm all about that. Yeah, we have to. Well, listen, here's the biggest piece is that we have to be committed to trying to come up with an answer and I say an answer and a solution, but a solution. We have to be committed to coming up with a solution. April has stepped outside now because Ross is going out. So let me sit up. It takes a lot of work, though. I will say that, you know what I mean? Because just trying to maintain this platform alone is a lot of work. I end up spending hours at a time just trying to respond to everybody, share information, blah, 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 blah. And so I just know that if, in fact, we're going to have a conversation about trying to build something that becomes a hub of resource of information for trying to reach these kids, it's got to be something that we're committed to. Raheem, I couldn't agree more, man. I could not agree more. The interesting thing is that the money is there on the political side. The question becomes, who's going to talk to these politicians about freeing up that cash to build programs that allow us to do what we need to do in these neighborhoods so we can reach these kids and reach the people that need help, period, right? Who's going to talk to these politicians, these councilmen, these mayors, these governors, these senators about freeing up that cash, right? You guys pay taxes. Tax money is taken out of your check every week. right? That money sits in a huge reserve, right? That's where these politicians pull their salary from. They get paid off of the tax money that comes out of your check. So that tax money is pulled from your check because it's supposed to provide services in our communities. You pay state tax, local tax, and you pay a federal tax. So, Angela Miller, have I considered politics? No, not really. All the politics I want to do right now is right here talking to y'all. But I do want to be a part of the solution. That's the level of politics that I want to be a part of. Exactly, Charles Jackson. They take that money and they line their pockets with it. They take that money, they line their pockets, they fly off to these elaborate retreats, so forth and so on, and they laugh their asses off. They get drunk and laugh their asses off about how they're ripping off the public. All right, so y'all hold on 1 second. Take this quick break and we'll come back and wrap it up. Y'all sit still for 1 second. See if I can get April back in here before we go. All right, so we're back. I don't think we have April for the wrap, but I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all sticking around. It was a wonderful conversation. It was very insightful. If you plan to order a t-shirt, I'm going to share the link on the page. If you scroll down, it's already there, but I encourage you guys to please support us by purchasing an After I Do t-shirt. Proceeds from that go to supporting programs like this and allow me and April to continue talking to you all. So we love you. We appreciate you. Relationships, love, and laughter. At the end of the day, I know we got a lot of new folks that are starting to follow us. April is April. I'm Royale. We do this. We share snippets of our life and our journey and our story together because we want you guys to know what's possible. It is possible to have a healthy working relationship and a working marriage. Me and April don't have the perfect marriage, but we do have one that works because we keep putting the work in. We have a wonderful family because we put the work into our 3 young sons, and we want them to be a part of a healthy addition to rebuilding the community and building the community or anything they come in contact with. So we all should be trying to strive to do the same thing. God bless you guys. Everybody have a great night. And then I guess we'll log in tomorrow to say hello as well. All right. Peace.